light. So before we get into this, I just want to quickly say that this is my own opinion. I cannot stress that enough. I do say in every top 5 I do, but there's always that one guy who just comments something rude because he doesn't agree with something on the list. If you don't, leave it in the comment section below by all means, but don't have rage at me just because I'm putting something somewhere that you don't want it to be there and you don't think belongs there. But anyway, welcome to this video. Today I am doing the top 5 Wonder Weapons of all time. I hope you enjoy. This top 5 does actually feature Sawtooth. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. Anyway, let's get into the video. So coming into our number 5 spot, we have the Blundergat from Mob of the Dead. Now I know what you're thinking, Matthew, you've made a countless number of videos saying why you hate Mob of the Dead. That is true, but that does not mean I hate the Wonder Weapon of the map, which is of course the Blundergat. Now specifically in this video we're going to be talking about the Acid Gat, because I do think the Acid Gat makes this Wonder Weapon what it is. The Blundergat is a pretty weapon in itself. It's basically a shotgun with 1 to 2 bullets, which is pretty bad to be fair, and it's very bad for high rounds. But when you upgrade it into the Acid Gat, it becomes really, really good and really, really useful. Now what the Acid Gat does is you shoot an acid type bullet, which is why it's called the Acid Gat. Now when you shoot this bullet, all the zombies will gather around that bullet, and then basically after 5 or 6 seconds of them all gathering around, it will explode. It's very similar to the Monkey Bomb, but a bit powerfuler. Now, this gun is good in 2 ways. One, if you're trapped in a corner, you just spam it and you get your shield out, you could survive. There is a big chance, especially on them lower rounds. Now, the Acid Gat does take explosive damage, but it's very, explosive damage is probably like a grenade, so it's not gonna kill you, but it definitely can kill you, the explosive damage. Now the second good point about this is there's no monkey bombs, so it kind of replaces the monkey bombs, and if it wasn't for the Acid Gat, you would have no way to get the zombies to go away from you. The Acid Gat is like a replacement for the monkey bombs, but more powerful, which honestly I do like, and I think not having the monkey bombs in that map is actually useful because of the Acid Gat. Now this weapon has got a few downsides. Obviously we've got Brutus, who does not get attracted by the Acid Gat, which is honestly quite bad. I wish the boss did get attracted to it. Would have made the map so much more fun, in my opinion. So if you're trapped in a corner, Brutus is there, you're gonna die instantly, boy. The second reason is that sometimes when you shoot it, there's the odd 1 or 2 zombie that will still come and attack you even though you've shot it. I think it's a glitch, I don't think it's meant to be in the game, but it happens to me so much, and the game's been out for what, 3 years now, and that still happens to me, which is really, really annoying. Anyway, the Blundergat comes in to our number 5 spot.
Wait, where am I? What is this place? I'm scared. Oh wait, this is a top 5 for CODAHOLIC. Coming in at number 4, we have the Slickifire. The Slickifire is a very, very interesting weapon. It shoots acid out of the gun and just obliterates the zombies. It was better post-patch, but it's still an absolute beast. Gets around 100 with this weapon, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This weapon is so overpowered you can get it on round 3. Yes, round 3. All you gotta do is buy like 1 or 2 doors and you have the Slickifire, which of course one of the best wonder weapons of all time, compared to getting like a thunder gun like around 20 or a lightning bolt like around 12. The Slickifire isn't the best for emergency situations, but it's definitely one of the best training weapons of all time. It isn't on the best map, Die Rise. I personally like it. CODAHOLIC hates it. I'ma find you, map. The Slickifire is so accessible, so easy to get, and so fun to use, and that is why the Slickifire comes in at number 4.
So coming into our 3rd place, we have the Ice Staff. Now the Ice Staff on its own, pretty average weapon. It's about the same as all the other staffs, but once this bad boy is upgraded, that is a whole other story, and that's where it comes into a number 3 spot. My highest round on Origins is 72, which is actually pretty good for a map like that, where you've got the Panzer, where you've got all the mud, and it's actually pretty hard to train, so that's actually good for that map. But all I did was camped with the Ice Staff. Fair dues, it has been patched since I went for that high round, but the Ice Staff is still OP till this day, and it's one of the only wonder weapons that hasn't been patched enough to make it bad. Take the Slickifire, for example, that came into number 4. The Slickifire, you probably would be on the 1st place if it wasn't patched. The fact that it was patched and made worse than it actually is, it came to number 4. The Ice Staff hasn't had that many patches, to be fair. It could have came maybe number 2. It has had a few little patches, a few minor patches, but it's still as OP as you remember it from Origins. You could still go on it and camp, get to like the 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s, maybe even 100, just camping with this thing. It'll insta-kill panzers, and honestly, the only bad thing about this weapon is that it's actually time consuming in the way you have to build it. every single time you play, so you have got to build this wonder weapon, but still it's worth it 100%, and it's definitely the best out of the 4 wonder weapons you get on the map. The nice stuff comes in to our number 3 spot.
Coming in at number 2, we have the baby gun, or whatever the frick it's called in numbers. I don't understand that. It's too complicated. But when I said the Slukifier was a beast, this is on 10 times powerful Jack Daniels, acid, cocaine, and pretty much all the above. What the baby ray does is you shoot a zombie with it and it turns into a freaking baby, and you can kick it in the face. If you hate babies, if you ever wanted to kick them in the face, just you can do it in the game. Go bah! Punt that zombie out of the map. Get out of here, baby. Another good thing about this weapon is it can kill the 2 boss zombies. Another good thing about this weapon is it can kill the 2 boss zombies, the napalm zombie and the shrieker zombie, which are very annoying. And when you have this, just kick them, just punt them across the map. It's so fun to use. Out of all the weapons on this list, I would probably say this is the most fun gun to use. Personally, the only problem is with it and the reason it doesn't come in at number 1 is you do have to run into the zombies and you have to kick them, and if there's zombies behind them, the only problem is you could get down by them with all the damage that the little zombies do, combined with the zombies that are in the back. If you have them in the back, kind of unlucky, but still really unlucky if that happens. You can down. Another good thing about the baby ray is it is on Shangri-La. Shangri-La is a very hard map, but if you have this weapon, it is so fun to use and perfect for a map that's really difficult because it's such an easy weapon to use, and that is why this comes in at number 2.
So coming into first place, we have the Thunder Gun. Now the Thunder Gun is easily one of my favourite weapons of all time. I don't even think you can classify this weapon as a gun. It is that powerful. Now if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you would know that I would put the Thunder Gun at our number 1 spot. And here's a few reasons why. 1, it's a limited damage. What is better than a gun that is literally a limited damage? It's pretty easy to get out of the box. I'm pretty sure it's as easy as all the other weapons to get out of the box. Most wonder weapons like the Blunder get and that, I don't know why, but they feel harder to get. They feel like it takes more time. But I always seem to get the Thunder Gun really early on. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if that's because the Thunder Gun is easier to get. It's probably about similar, but I always seem to get the Thunder Gun more. Fair dues, I have played Kino more than I've played Mob of the Dead. And now people do go on about the ammo and how it's not got that much ammo, but for a gun that has a limited damage and does the same amount of damage to zombies on round 1 than it does round 1,000, this gun has a fine amount of ammo, especially when pack-a-punched, when it has 4 in the magazine. That is just like, what? 4 in the magazine for a gun that's a limited damage? I would be happy with 1 in the magazine, to be fair. This gun is so overpowered, and if you get trapped in a corner, you are not going to die. Now, there is a few glitches with this gun. We've got the odd, infamous no-shot, which is when you shoot and it will just go through the zombies, doesn't kill any of them, but there's literally a 99.9% chance that that would actually happen. It's very rare. It is definitely up in the 90% chances that that would happen. It's never happened to me before, but I have seen it happen to other people, but it's very rare that would happen. So it can easily get you out of sticky situations, and if you're ever going to survive on Kino or Ascension, it's going to be because of the Thunder Gun. Anyway, so thanks for watching this top 5. If you didn't agree with any of the positions, just leave in the comment section below what you would put where, and thanks to Sawtooth for putting his opinion on this liquefier and the baby gun. And anyway, see you in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.